lose that soul. Someone will make me do crazy shit. When have I ever forced you to do that? Give me my place back, hey, I won't take your special place. Still, the world is not so tight right. Strike back, get them out of your way. You don't care if along the way's a little sacrifice. Strike back, get them out of your way. Don't melt in the world, find you a way. Give that back, nobody will miss it. I just say I'm the step body, do it out of turn. I say hit back down, cause nobody denies it. You and I both just have our views, that's all. You are not me, you're not alone. You are not my downfall either. If your voices will fill the sky, I'll take the wasteland, but I won't be alone, never. Strike back, get them out of your way. You don't care if along the way's a little sacrifice. Strike back, get them out of your way. Don't melt in the world, find your own way. Let's go and step it body, let's go and step it body, let's go and step it body, step it body, step it body. Strike back, get them out of your way. You don't care if along the way's a little sacrifice. Strike back, get them out of your way. Listen to your heart, let the voice in your head. Get them out of your way. If along the way's a little sacrifice. Strike back, get them out of your way. Don't melt in the world, find you a way.
Hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? My name is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. It's going to be kind of a weird day today, because I'm fucking tired, and I need to go to bed very early, because I have a thing tomorrow that is going to take me a vast majority of the day, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yay! I love moving things for money. Hip hip hooray! Generally speaking, we're in a pretty decent spot. Just kind of wanted to do a hey, let's just go over what needs to be done. What are we doing? How are we doing it? And so on and so forth. Because that is how I do things, and getting all my notes set up helps me in the long run. Put all of you up here, and put you up here, and put all my notes up here. So, as everyone knows, obviously, because you've been keeping track. Let's see. As everyone knows, good morning, how goes it? We're doing good. As everyone knows, we got a couple games on the list as of right now. The current list, let's just do an XX current game 2024 XLP. Our current games that we have on the docket right now are all games that are Reduxes. Why are we only doing Reduxes? Because I want to do more Redux. We got a lot of games that need to get fixed up, but getting games fixed up takes time, effort, and it's just something I need to do. That's just the nature of the beast, and that is how we're doing things. So, first game on the list is technically not Bushido Blood. It would be we have Ojisan Demon Slayer Corporation. Ojisan Demon Slayer Corporation. If we want to be its specific name, it would be Ojisan Demon Slayer Corporation Bushido Blood. Now, that's the entire idea. It's going to be a fix of this game. Why do I want to fix this game? Because there's a lot of things wrong with this game. It's not a very long game, but it doesn't need to be very long. I need to fix it and make it better. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Some of the other games that need to get updated, if we go to my little list here, is also going to be Fists of Chaos Ultra Anarchy Edition. What's Fist of Chaos, you may wonder? Well, Fist of Chaos is here. I need to actually go to here and do it because it is this is right here. This is Fist of Chaos. Technically, I'm in beast mode right now. We need to make this Ultra Anarchy. We're going to be expanding this out quite a bit and just making sure that it works a bit better. That's kind of the thing. That's the plan. Both these are going to be Reduxes. And generally speaking, I know kind of what I want to do with them. Both of them have their own specific quirks that need to be done. However, under these, or kind of spread between them, we have technically three additional commission projects. Now, I've got word on all of the commission projects. 2 people are pretty active with their commission projects. 1 person I have contacted to get it done. This one in particular, I have contacted them to get things done and get things set up for it. He just hasn't got back to me. He is very busy, apparently. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. Rolling in the money with all those commissions. Not really. Going to be honest. The thing is, you have to remember, each of these are about 2 weeks. You know, if you think about each of these being about 2 weeks long, let's do that. Yeah, if you begin thinking of these of like 2 weeks long, you kind of see how the dates kind of get pushed back a little, you know, gradually over time. Again, that's nobody's fault. It's just how these games are made. They just take time, and time is money. And to kind of give you the idea, in a perfect world, the goal would be getting commission 1, commission 2, and commission 3. The ideal world would be getting all of these done as soon as possible, though if we are being really specific about things, goal would be getting this done by July, like pretty much end of July. That would be kind of my goal there. Seems kind of lofty to think that, but at the end of the day, we are a week in. If we do 2 weeks, even if we take 2 weeks to do it, It'll be about the end of July, because, again, I don't know if he'll get back to me in time. Most likely, we will start it at least this Friday. I usually don't like starting projects on Friday, but... So this would be roughly in August. This would be, I should say, early August. Late August. Early September. Late September. This is the current, kind of desired end goal of these things. Everything done within 2 months. Which seems pretty like, oh, everything done in 2 months, but that's 2 fucking months. That takes time. That's the big thing. It's 2 months of getting everything done. And this is assuming everything goes according to plan. That's the big thing. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. I kind of know what this one is going to be. It is currently going to be a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure TRPG. I know what this one's going to be. I know how it's going to be read out. I know the basics of it. That one's good. Yeah, it's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure RPG. The big thing with this one, it's kind of important to note, based off the notes that were given to me. This is the important thing. Based off the notes given to me, it's going to be more like emulating the story rather than the world, if that makes sense. It's going to be, hey, we're not really going to be worrying about, it's the world going on currently. It's going to be, how do we mimic the actual storytelling beats inside of a JoJo story? Which is unique unto itself. So I've been kind of interested in this project. It's just kind of the nature of the beast when it comes to timing. I might, again, at the end of the day, even if he doesn't pay me right away, I'll probably just start on this one, because it's an interesting enough premise to actually just talk about. Demon Slayer Corporation, if we actually go to just Oji-san Demon Slayer Corporation, just open it up right off the bat. The main thing with this one is there's a 24 pages of actual game. Give you an idea, the first 10 pages are lore. All of this shit is all lore and all just like, how do we inform what's going on? Pretty simple stuff, nothing too exciting. Everything after that is where things start getting like, alright, now we're dealing with something a little bit more, but this is an older game as well. And what do I mean by, hey, this is an older game, what does this mean? What I mean by that is, this is an older game, so I don't explain things very well, I kind of just keep it very vague. This one's probably going to get expanded out quite a bit with a bunch of little weird mechanics, just to make sure the shit works better at the end of the day. It's just going to be, that one's going to be a time-consuming game more than anything. It is going to be a time-consuming game because I'm going to have to sit down and just do everything. That's legitimately what it's going to be. It's like, okay, I just need to fix the entire game now. Go, Notepad, fix the entire game immediately. I'm like, alright. I can do this. This is fine. Let me open up. So our second commission is kind of it's going to be a effectively off-brand Arknights. I specifically mentioned it's going to be off-brand Arknights because that's what the commissioner told me he wants. What is Arknights, by the way? Well, Arknights is a Chinese gacha game. It is a Chinese gacha game but it's a tower defense. I believe it's a tower defense. And it's one of those things with very convoluted lore. However, he does explicitly say that he doesn't necessarily want just he wants legally distinct, if that makes sense. Legally distinct Arknights. What does that mean? I don't know. That's one of those things where I need to kind of hello phone, what do you need? It's one of those things where I need to like sit down and actually speak with them, being like, what is it exactly? Like, what exactly do you need? What exactly do you want? And just hammering it out. That's just one of those things like, yeah, Archknight, Spire Protection. Yeah, no, it's effectively like, how do we get this to be as okayest as possible to make this as actual, like, interesting to work with. That's kind of the situation there. Nothing too. I think that we can manage that pretty reliably. Fist of Chaos is going to be a weird one. I'm going to be completely unironic with everyone on this one. Fist of Chaos is weird because there's a lot of things going on, and probably the Cruciform manuscript is going to inform a lot of different things with this game. We will probably be rewriting a majority of the system and a majority of its basic 1-2-3s, bar its ability to make moves and stuff. This is our one thing that makes Fist of Chaos unique, and have people say, oh, I really want this game to win. Because people did, unironically, for some reason, want this game to win. And we're going to have to do that to make it so that it actually works properly. And that is going to be a unique situation. Some things what I want to do is, I want to have a better... I want to have a better version of this, and I want to have a better version of this. Both of these games are both of these kinds of fighting games are very different. I don't quite know how I want to do it yet. There's a few different options when it comes to Fist of Chaos. It's either option A. We have option A. Choose a legally distinct game, game or franchise, and just double down. This is, I can't believe it's not Street Fighter. Everything about the game is, I can't believe it's not Street Fighter. We just double down on that. Easy enough where I can't believe it's not Soul Calibur. I can't believe it's not this. Just because right now, the problem with Fists of Chaos is that it's everything at once. There's no actual, like... How do I want to work? There's no foundation to this game. It's just anything that I could feel. This is more of a proof of concept than an actual game. And I think giving this some grounding would help. But there's a lot of different kinds of games that you can approach this from. And all of them are going to be very different. Because if you were to say, this is what I mean. You're like, why don't you just add everything? Here's the thing. If I say this is a Mortal Kombat TTRPG, that's a lot different than a Street Fighter TTRPG, or a Guilty Gear TTRPG. Those are three very different franchises. These are three very different ideas. They're all fighting games. Don't get me wrong, they're all fighting games. But they are very different in how they actually... Their 1, 2, 3 is a lot different. And that's what I'm kind of thinking of. Or, we go option B, we just effectively, we embrace the fact that it is a fighting game toolbox, and we just add in a lot of options for different modes. We add in a lot of options for different modes of play, but none of them are specific, if that makes sense. You're not going to get a Guilty Gear experience out of this game. No, you're going to get something that is vaguely reminiscent of Guilty. You're not going to get a... you're not going to get Mortal Kombat. You're going to get something that you can pretend is like Mortal Kombat. Kind of following in our LERP's way of doing things. It would literally just be a very large toolbox full of toys for you to fuck around with. That's all it is. Or we go with option C, which is make a unique setting, make it work. Effectively, we would need to make our very own like fighting anime game system. No. The idea there would be like we would need to make effectively our very own Street Fighter setting. We would need to make our very own fighting game setting for a fictional arcade game that doesn't exist, kind of thing. You get what I mean? And it's like, how do we make a fighting game? It's like, how do we make a fighting game plot line? Like, we need to make Tekken, everybody. Yeah, you know, fucking Tekken. Tekken, one of the largest franchises, one of the largest stories in history at this point, and I think it won a world record recently for longest continuous actual, like storyline. Because Tekken's storyline is technically still going on. I want you all to remember that. Tekken is a continuous story from the very first game to the current game. Yeah. That's just something you gotta understand. Is Hayashi Mishima? I think Hayashi Mishima died. I think he died, but then he came back to life. Like 3 times. Yeah, I think he came back to life. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, like, yeah, apparently, there we go. It's a fighting game. Mishima Polytechnic School. Don't worry. Hayashi is, don't worry. Yeah, we've got the new girl. Hayashi's literally reincarnated, effectively. Have no fear. Fuck it. I think he's dead, but he's gonna come back to life probably for Tekken 9. What are you playing, Tekken? But yeah, no, that's there's a lot of different options for this particular game. I don't think any of them are like objectively right or objectively wrong. I think there's a lot of options that are good enough, or it could work, or maybe not, or maybe it will, maybe it isn't, maybe it is. Yeah, yes and or maybe, but perhaps. That's kind of the idea. I think there's a lot of that, a lot of if and or maybe, but perhaps. And I wish there was a good and like, this is objectively the right answer, but there really isn't. Our final commission is, let me open up the final commission. Because I got both of these commissions in literally the day after each other because I opened it up specifically to patrons. Because I'm that guy. Let's see, it's ooh, right there. Yeah, there's the effectively the idea is shonen anime bullshit nonsense. Now this is a very important thing. It's like, okay, I want shonen anime bullshit nonsense. However, this is very important. This is Gopnik edition. that is legitimately what he wants. Ugh. That's one of those very fascinating situations. What do I mean by Gopnik shonen anime? Effectively, we need to do, we need to make Russian Isekai. We need to make Russian Isekai real, everybody. You may not like it, but we're going to be looking at peak anime bullshit. Let me just bring this up here real fast. There we go. This is we're going to be making Jujutsu Kaisen, except it's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen. Everyone's just from fucking Russia. There we go. I'll just put this here. This is effectively the game we're gonna be doing. And you're like, oh, what are you? I'm a cat man with a fucking Glock. Like, all right, fuck it. And this is what we're just gonna do. Like, you may not like it, but yeah, this is the this is going to be peak content. We may not like it, but we're dealing with peak isekai garbage. Welcome to Fantasy Fantasy Slavland. Yeah, Fantasy Yugoslavia, except everyone's fucking, you know, a goddamn Jujutsu Kaisen game. Peak anime bullshit, bug slab, but Slavic. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen nonsense, except everyone just happens to be named like Yuri. Like, oh man, what's going on? This is a Slavic JRPG on Steam. Thing is, I don't even think it's Slavic because it's from oh god, it's Slovenian. And the Slovenians have a very weird way of looking at things. Is it Slovakia? That was Slovenia. Slovakia. It is Slovakia. Slovakia has a really... Here's the thing. You may say, hey... You may look at this, be like, that's Eastern Europe. People in this area get very weird when you say it's Eastern Europe. People get very weirded out by that. Down here, if you're Serbian, yeah, you're Eastern European. Slovakia, Poland, Hungary, well, we're not really Eastern European. We're like, not Eastern European. We're legally, yeah, it's like, we're legally not Gopniks. However, but yeah, that is effectively what it's going to be. Shonen anime, you know, shonen anime bullshit nonsense Yugoslavia edition. I think that is going to be our peak content creation system. That's the current state of affairs. This is the current schedule of things. Feeling pretty good about, like, I feel decently confident on this, on the current commission. Oji-san's going to be a little bit long. Fist of Chaos is going to be a little bit long. These two I need to actually talk with the commissioner about to get exactly what they want and how they want to do things. As for the rest of our work, so to give you an idea what the current state of affairs is, that's the wrong version of Metal Saviors. This is Metal Saviors 1.3, otherwise known as Third Impact. Third Impact, I've been very slowly and steadily replacing all of the artwork with the new art. That's just all it is. It's just, how do we replace it with new art? Yeah, as you can't even see. Yeah, as you can kind of see, it is not perfect still, but it is done at this point. Unironically, like Metal Saviors 1.3 is complete. It is in fact complete. Anything else, I don't know. Maybe it's done. Perhaps. There's just a lot of it. That's kind of the issue, to be kind of frank with everybody here. There's a lot of it. And because there's a lot of Metal Saviors, inevitably something is probably broken. Somewhere. I don't know where, though. That's why I released it to the public at this point on my server. Those slurs are Western European. The nuances of xenophobia. The point of the story is saying if you go young Mad Max and suck in kitchen sink fantasy, xenophobia is the only correct option. Mechanically finish and it passes. Generally speaking, with the current draft of Metal Saviors, I don't want to upload it onto the I don't want to upload it straight to the itch.io until I get everything kind of re-upped. Luckily, for some reason, my legally distinct Masato Katsuragi, the Magic Internet Machine really liked legally distinct Masato Katsuragi. Hence why we made most of these are actually derivatives from that single image. I don't know why it liked it so much. It just did, including Manly Sideburns Edition. Various other characters throughout. Engrim got replaced, actually. But yeah, just a lot of things to fix up. After Cruciform finishes, most likely after Cruciform finishes, it will take probably another 2-3 months to get Metal Saviors into a position where we would be very active in getting it into a workable state. That would be the main thing. That would be kind of the, I would say about 3 months to get it into the right place. Multiple passes through. I want to get a lot more mechs set up. But that would be the main thing. It would be, once all of those are done, we would be good. Have you seen Heavy Gear yet? Yes, I have seen Heavy Gear. Generally speaking, we could probably get that one up sooner. It just takes time. But speaking on Cruciform, the extremely long streams about Cruciform are going about as well as I would think. Currently speaking, as of right this second, we are right here. We are right here. This is where we are, right here, right now. What does this mean? We are in the back 40. Like, this will take me about, if we really dedicate some time and effort to it, we can hammer a lot of this out in probably a single stream. Probably a stream, maybe 2 if we get really unlucky. Is the current version in Patreon chat or something? No. The current version of Metal Saviors, if you go to Meandering Thoughts in my server, it's right there. That is, quite literally it. Hooray! I haven't uploaded it to the itch or anything, simply because it just takes a while to get just everything there. Ow. Good evening. Yeah, like, a lot of this is just going to take time. That's the big thing here. It's just going to take time, and since it's going to take time, it's going to take hours. And hours we don't really have a lot of. I'm probably going to have to redo a lot of these, but I don't think, if things go according to plan, here's the 411. Things go according to plan, we're going to get this done by the end of the month. That's my goal. That is my ultimate dream, is I want to get all of this shit done by the end of the month. Tomorrow is going to be busy. I'm going to be brutally honest with everyone involved. Tomorrow is going to be extremely fucking busy. And because tomorrow is going to be extremely busy, there is a non-zero chance the Enforcers video is going to get delayed to probably Thursday. And I'll work on it on pretty much a Tuesday night and Wednesday to finish everything up on it. Because there's just a lot to that video. To give you an idea, this is the Enforcer script. I have, with my current way of writing scripts, I'm estimating this is about 4 or 5 minutes. And there's a lot of stuff here, because there's just a lot of information you need to talk about with Enforcers to make it actually make sense. Because there's a lot of Enforcers. But I want to talk about this game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record the audio for that tonight. I'm going to have the audio set up. I'm going to have the background set up. I want to get everything like that done. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to get, as of right now, if I go to bed right this second, I will get 7 hours of sleep. I am probably going to go till about probably 1 o'clock in the morning. Just trying to get shit done. Once that's done, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to down a pot of coffee. And I am going to hop in a car and I'm going to haul medical equipment for pretty much the entire day. But I will get paid 400 United States dollars, in which I will then proceed to spend on Cruciform. As of where we are right this second on Cruciform, in the big picture. If we look at the big picture for Cruciform, all of this is pretty much fixed. Like, I think a lot of this is fixed already. Right now, we need to do a lot of this stuff. And we need to do a lot of this stuff. Now, when we really get to things, we are almost done here. This is my goal. We are on track currently. I want to get as much playtesting done in August and September as possible. And I'm probably going to just throw this at people. I need to write the adventure, the little intro scenario, the Witches Week. But I'm very bad at writing adventures because most of my notes are just wing it Lamau. I'm very bad at writing adventures in that regard. Because I'm me, and I don't write adventures. I don't like adventures. I think adventures hamstring people. But I am also an improvised person, and I know I'm weird for... I know I am a weird person for being able to improvise things a lot, but that's how I do things. Welcome to years of extemporaneous speaking. Which I've told people about my time with extemporaneous speaking. And I have never seen as many people recoil in horror before. It's great. But we're making pretty good progress here. Mixed with this, we should be making good progress. As for my grander notes, let me open up my... That's not you. These are my notes for July. This is kind of my preliminary notes I made at the start of the month. Enforcers got moved down here. So if we just kind of cross this off, Enforcers is going to go. Enforcers is going here. Now, what's happening there is Enforcers is going here. However, we are then going to be moving the Somata Detox here. That's currently the 411 in this situation. Now, I'm a little bit torn on where to put Rift Breakers. because I want to do the design thunk. I have the idea for the design thunk. I think I am literally going to do the... Why are you not using Notepad? I don't need to use Notepad in this situation because I have Miro, my second favorite company in the internet. I love you, Miro. Pay me money, please. But kind of I know what I want to do for, I know what I want to do for the design thunk. So right now I'm like, do I want to hold back on Rift Breakers again and just kind of keep following the current schedule? Do I get rid of one of the detoxes maybe, and then we just start talking there, but we're already pretty behind on the detoxes. If you notice, I'm trying to get detoxes done. Because detoxes are pretty easy videos. I think I might just have to push Rift Breakers back to August. I'm okay with that. We're going to do the Middle-earth case this week, though. I want to do the Middle-earth case this week. Because if I know for a fact if I don't do the Middle-earth case, it will never get done. As of right now, it seems people want me to make I Can't Believe It's Not Aragorn for all of these games. So that's what we're going to do. Make I Can't Believe It's Not Aragorn. The thing with the detoxes is a detox is easy for me to do because I'm not having to really re-reference things as much. And it's a little bit more about me just talking to you, the audience. That makes sense. Like, for example, like Enforcers for Hopefully Wednesday, that is me talking to you about a game that exists, and I want to try to get things relatively right. That's the big thing. I want to get things relatively right. And I want to make jokes. I want to make we're making jokes at Enforcer's expense a little bit. And I think that's important to kind of like, let's lighten the load. Like, yeah, here it is, like, but the main goal is, here's this game, here's my opinion on it. This is why it's good, this is why it's bad, this is why you should tear it apart. That's kind of my thing with Enforcers. On the other hand, a detox is really me, on one hand, you know, it's one of those things like, on one hand, I would want to, I'm trying to shill you the game, but on the other hand, it's more of me talking about making this game. It's about, you know, hey, you know, I went through burnout from doing this. Hey, I wanted this. Hey, I wanted this. No one wants to be Boromir. Everyone wants to be Strider. Come on. Don't you want to be Aragorn, the real protagonist? You know, the real protagonist. Aragorn in his battle onesie. Fucking Aragorn in his battle onesie. The various Aragorn, yeah, it's just fucking fashion. 1978 fucking Aragorn is fashionable as fuck, and if you don't appreciate it, what are you even doing? Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, say hello to, this is Legolas, by the way. Say hello to, Legolas. Yeah, no, it's, Guh. Yeah, it's effectively Ralph Bakshi has a very unique interpretation of all of the character designs, effectively, but it's Ralph Bakshi, and it's one of those things where you look at it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And you're like, you perfectly understand that that is correct. On the other hand, you're also like, no, that's wrong. Hence why Gimli wears a dumb hat. Like, this is literally our adventuring party that we're going to be working with. We are not like we are not making it. Where's Boromir? Like, yeah, here's Boromir, by the way. Fucking Boromir. Fucking Boromir, man. A side question. You've not done a detox on Fist of Chaos. Yes. There's a reason for that. Fist of Chaos is so old that I actually did not start doing detoxes on it. The very first detox I ever did, this is the thing, the very first detox I ever did was actually on Endless Adventures. It's a very scuffed video, by the way. I was still kind of trying to figure out things. But it was actually on Endless Adventures. God, why is everything so... Because Endless Adventures is a unique game that I was like, this is what this game is. This is how you make it work. This is how you should do it. Da 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 da. And I'm like, all right. This was literally, it was so old at this. It is so old at this point. We cannot do a detox on it. Noble son of a lord in that fucking get up, Jesus, damn straight. Look at this. Boromir looks like he's ready to fuck. Like, he is... Boromir is fucking. You may not appreciate it, but this man is shucking something. Probably Legolas in that getup. Wonder if I can find Bimbo Legolas. Where is that Legolas? It's there is literally there's a painting in Lord of the Rings where it's the Fellowship of the Ring. It's the it is like the here we go. This is fucking slut maxing Legolas and his goddamn bimbo walk. Yeah. This is another I can't put my finger on why Legolas looks that way, but that is literally, it's the fucking... It is literally the Stacy walk right here. That's the thing. It is the Stacy walk. And once you see the Stacy walk, and then you see Legolas, you can't see, it's like, oh, it's It is bimbo Legolas. There is no other way to explain it. Elves weren't that twink like. Yeah, I don't know why Legolas is just twink maxing in this painting. I don't know why. Like, there's probably an answer somewhere. But like, just the way that Legolas is walking. Because the thing is, like, he looks relatively normalish here, but then that's the eyes. I think the eyes is what gets me. The really striking, like, empty eyes walking just there, and it's like, oh yeah, he is slut maxing. That man knows what he is doing. Like, I get it. Like, don't worry, you understand what I mean. Anytime I talk about bimbo Legolas, it is always going to be that image. It's now burned into your mind. Brooklyn schmuck and a bunch of animation stoners tried to wrap their head around the work of a British gentleman who murked Huns in trenches. I mean... Yeah, it's... A lot of those older way of doing... Anything Ralph Bakshi's hilarious. That's my favorite. I mean, Ralph Bakshi's Wizard is always, like... If you ever get the chance to watch Wizards. I would recommend watching Wizards. Because Wizards is so fucking weird. And everyone's just high as a kite writing it. And you get the understanding right off the way. That every single person here is higher than a fucking kite. Every single person. Just fucking stoned out of their goddamn gourd. Because this is Eleanor. This is supposed to be Eleanor. To give you an idea, this is Eleanor in the final version. This is a fun fantasy story for all the kids. Yeah, this is the Avatar. The Avatar pulls a fucking Luger out at the end. This is probably one of the most famous scenes from the movie, where fucking the Avatar, who's like, I believe in peace, love, and nature, pulls out a fucking gun and shoots the villain. Pulls out just a fucking Luger. I mean, like, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. He does, and you're like, oh fuck. What the fuck? Yeah, it's just... let's see, Wizard Class. Pretty much acceptable product by said Brooklyn Smuck showed. Yeah. A question I always forgot to ask you, Little Penny. Do you ever mention if something was salvageable on Salvage Union? No, because mostly because the mechanics of making your own mech could be good in a better game. Here's the thing. Salvage Union. Let's talk Salvage Union, because Salvage Union is an interesting product to muse about. The thing with Salvage Union is that the overall idea is fine. The overall concept of Salvage Union is not a problem. I like the idea. I like the premise. I like the idea. I like even the pitch. And the world they put out is, while a little direct, not bad. However, the problem is that the game boils down to a singular D20 roll. No matter what you do, what you have, it is a D20 roll. It is a D20 roll using that action point system from Quest, which is effectively, here is a meta currency for you to play the game. You get a limited amount of actions, effectively, every session. But you're like, oh, well, you know, the mech combat has to be fun. It's all D20. Well, the salvaging has to be interesting. It's all D20. And it's like, oh, well, it's super easy to pick up. Being like, yeah, it's super easy to pick up, but nothing really matters. Because even the idea of, like, your Salvage Union, the actual strain, the main pitch, the main driving factor, the Salvage Union itself does not feel like an actual place. It feels like a hub zone in a video game. You know when they say, here's the hub zone in the video game, and there's like a bunch of people who live there, but you are the only people who do anything, obviously, because you are the protagonist of the video game? That is what it feels like. I love hub zones. Yeah, hub zones aren't bad inherently. The problem here is that, hey, we are salvaging, we have to survive, we have to do all these things. The problem is, nobody does anything. Not a single person aboard your cool hub zone does anything for you. That's the problem. Because normally if you go to a hub zone in a video game, there are shopkeepers, there are people who are giving you missions, there's people who are giving you ideas. Yeah. And even with Dark Souls, unironically, even with Dark Souls, because if you go to like one of the main hub zones, NPCs congregate around there. And even then, it's usually a relatively safe place from any threat. You go back to the hub zone, you sit down, you are relatively protected. In Salvage Union, that's really not the case because nobody aboard the Salvage Union does anything. If that was, hey, we are improving our mech bay, And that means our main guy is doing something. Cool, this is fine. Hey, we're improving our commands thing. Cool, we get a bunch of things. Hey, we're improving this, we get this. If it was like that, then okay, I could see this being a little bit better, but you don't really... No matter what you do, you are also improving the salvage union. No matter what you do, you improve the salvage union. And I'm like, that shouldn't be the case. Because it's punishing... You never want to invest in your salvage union. The only reason you invest in your salvage union is because the GM has specifically said, I've given you too much scrap, go play in your salvage union now. And that's... I think the big thing with salvage union, I wish, is that it was far less structured. I wish there was a lot less structure to that game, and it was a lot more... There's no real reward. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's not like you're getting anything. Your numbers get bigger, your ideas get bigger, but it's not like... It doesn't feel like you're getting anything out of it. And it shouldn't... It's trying to preach the idea that's very, we're all working together, we're fuck the corpse and all that. The problem is, this is the thing. You're hundreds of people who live on your salvage, thousands of people who live on the salvage union don't do anything. That was my main point on that video. Like, if they did something, even if it was simply like, even if it, like, the thing is, even if it was just, hey, you are getting a cut of the scrap every time something goes on, or hey, as long as it's maintained, all your bays are doing their job really well, and you're getting something out of it. Then I would be like, fine, alright, hey, these NPCs do something. They don't, though. That's the problem. It becomes a weird money sink. And that's what it is, it's a money sink. But the entire game is built on that. It did not help that I didn't care for the mech. I don't like the mech designs because I don't think they know what they want for a mech design. Because you look at this, let's say this image right here, that looks like a chicken mech that you can like hop in the back and you barely have enough room to breathe. And you look at some of these and you're like, okay, that's like a pretty simple mech you can hop into and it's fine. But the problem is, it's not. Because this is also a mech. This is a salvage union, I think. Maybe. It doesn't really discuss what it is. It just is what it is. But this thing dwarfs everything. Like, there's no consistency to any of the mech designs. And because there's no consistency to any of the mech designs, because you even see, like, the mule's fucking huge here. But then you see the mule, like, here. Like, this is the effect that you have to remember. This is a mule. This is a mule. This is way smaller than this. There is three. Let's see. There is 3 people on this thing right here. There are 3 people currently on this. There is 1 person driving that entire thing. 1 person walking beside it. Again, that's one thing that kind of got me, was like there's no scale to anything. Scrap is XP. How old school in D&D inspired? This is blatantly false, by the way, because Leyline Press is going to say anything. They did not understand how... The thing is, you don't understand how money, like, gold is gold is XP worked in those old school games. It was effectively saying, did you do your fucking job right? That's all it is. You can have some level of regularity to represent the DIY, but you still need some level of consistency. Yeah, and it's like one of those things that I would really like someone to define this game as OSR. Yeah, no, it's... Because the thing is, these guys do OSR stuff. They're all OSE people. That's why they used Quest. Which, honestly, this game may have worked better. I may have been more into the game if it didn't use Quest. I don't like Quest. I don't think Quest is a very good system. I don't understand the appeal of Quest. But then I've had people literally explain it to me, like, oh, well, Quest is fun because it's just very simple. And I'm like, oh, that's it? That's the main draw, is that it is simple. What? And it's like, oh. I mean, yeah, it's like, I wish there was more consistency to all the mechs. I wish things made a little bit more sense, like, even just scale-wise, even just the way that they're presented. Because all the mechs do feel different. Like, they are from completely different games and completely different worlds. And I don't think that's the intent, and it did not also help that every mech is a box, as I explained in the video. Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna bring up my own fucking video on Salvage Union, because I can't. Like, when I am talking about, like here, for example, that everything you do is an actual box, it is because every single part of your mech, it doesn't actually matter. The image that is presented does not actually matter to the end of the day. All that matters is the little parts that you get, but you have to buy important parts, like being able to walk. You have to buy that, so it's kind of lying to you the amount of resources you actually have to work with. It's almost poultry, but it doesn't mean I crap eggs and make good buffalo dip. To see DIY feel and check the Corvid. Yeah, like Corvid stuff from like Brigador. Yeah, like kind of the, I get what you mean, and kind of like the very scrappy looking shit. But I think like the thing with Salvage Union's mechs that kind of throw me for a loop more than anything is that they do not feel like they are part of, like, there's no, like, it's not like a company mech. Because that's why I even try to go out of my way with, like, Metal Saviors, for example. This is a big thing in Metal Saviors, is that that each of the two of the main factions have a distinct look to them. Imperials are very sleek, Federals are very blocky. No matter what, they might fulfill same roles, one's going to look blocky, one's going to look very sleek. That's just, alright, that is a very basic goal in mind. On the other hand, all of the mechs in Salvage Union look like they are from completely different things. It also did not help that, it did not also help that there were accusations that they were stealing mech designs. I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't think it was entirely correct. But it was very, yeah. Yeah, you never feel like there's just a very distinct thing. There's not a distinct company. There's not a company that makes these mechs. Because you don't get to make a mech. You get to make a box with a bunch of parts strapped to it haphazardly, but you're not looking at the parts really, you're looking at the little effects that it gives, because everyone's mech is going to look the same. If they're at level 1, everyone's mech looks the exact same. At the end game, everyone's mech is going to look pretty much the exact same. Yeah, that's kind of its that's its unique situation with Salvage Union. If they doubled down with a lot of its ideas, I think it would be, I think I would like it a little bit more, but they didn't do that, so. It's a comedy show, it's a comedy show. Except for one guy who's see, that's even the thing, like, everyone can have really cool mechs, except one guy who is being regulated to the bitch mech. Which is the problem. Either everyone has fun mechs, one guy is a bitch mech, or everyone has kind of like mediocre mechs, and everyone shares the burden, which that doesn't feel like something's wrong there. Yeah, something doesn't quite work right there, and I don't know like why that was the case. It also did the thing in the mech game that I don't like, which is saying that your mech and the pilot are completely separate and must never interact with each other. I don't know why people keep doing that. I think it's weird. Do we have anything else to really iterate upon? Yes, we do, actually. I'm going to open this up just to make sure people know about it. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, let's see if this is good. Okay, so, oh god, okay, so here's Table Derby 2, by the way. This is Table Derby 2. We've talked about Table Derby 2 before. This is the PDF project for it. I've been slowly making my way through it. A lot of what I've been doing for the past while on this particular game has been almost exclusively almost what I've been doing exclusively has been rewriting certain sections to make it flow better. It's just ways to make the game read a little better and read a little easier. Trying to make things like this, being like, yeah, here, you know, focus on this one's an enhancement. Fear. As of right now, I kind of made my way all throughout here. I need to double check like a lot of these charts. Or I need to double check all of these charts, and you're like, all right, like time to double check all of the skills. Time to double check all of the race phase. Time to double check all of the... That's the big thing. It's like time to double check all of the work here. Like, all right, we did it. Okay, we just need to repeat all of the work to make sure that everything works properly. And yeah, just double checking all of the abilities here, all of the skills, all of the notes. It's just, this is literally just me editing, by the way. This is in no way me doing anything productive with the game. It is, I need to edit it. The further on, never interacting. What do you mean by never interacting? In what context? Oh. Right there. Ooh. The mech pilot thing. So, effectively, in certain games, I don't know if this is a new thing. I don't know if this is like a thing, but I think probably one of the most eminent results of this is like Lancer. Because here's the thing. In Lancer, my mech pilot has nothing to do with my mech. My mech pilot means absolutely nothing to my mech. But in lore doesn't matter. That's the thing. Lore doesn't matter to gameplay. My mech pilot means absolutely nothing to me and my mech. A completely different person can enter my mech. Let's say it's like this. A completely different person can enter my mech, and it will do the exact same work. Multiple people can enter my mech, and it will do the exact same thing. Doesn't matter. This is all the exact same. Not even getting out of the mech makes getting out of the mech do anything. Not even getting out of the mech. That's the thing. It's just piloting the mech. Being inside of the mech, your mech pilot does not mean much. Unironically, it doesn't. Because you can design your mech to do whatever you want, but it doesn't matter that you're piloting it. You can sub in any pilot and it will do the exact same. Being a better pilot does not mean anything. That's the thing. It doesn't mean anything. Now, in Salvage Union, there are certain abilities, like, pilots do not really do anything while you are inside of the mech. Like, that's one of the things here. There is not actually many things that the pilot can do inside of their mech. There are very few things they can, but here's the catch: you have to spend AP points on it. You have to spend AP, your limited AP points, to interact as a pilot with your mech. But at the end of the day, why would you? Because you've already probably used them all to do something, and there aren't actually that many abilities to do things. So it's like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Anyone can get inside my mech and do pretty much the exact same. They'll go to do the exact same thing. Like, again, I'm going to contrast this with Metal Saviors, because I finished writing Metal Saviors. In Metal Saviors, if someone enters your mech, and you both have the exact same license, there's a non-zero chance you probably don't have the same skills, though. Even down to things like sensor equipment or making cav tricks rolls, because the pilot means a lot. A level 5 pilot is going to be a lot different than a level 2 pilot, by just a few percentage points. On the other hand, if you don't have the right license, you aren't going to pilot that mech very well. You're going to be in extreme problems. But you might need to. You know, that's kind of the idea. It's like, the pilot should always interact with the mech. The pilot should feel like an important part of the mech, because ultimately mech stories aren't about mechs. That's the secret, kids. That's why mech franchises are really good. Because it's not about the giant fucking robot. It's about the people who drive giant fucking robots. Gundam is not about mobile suits. Gundam is about a Muro. It's about a Muro being a little shithead. And it's, hey, what do we do with this kid who is piloting pretty much our last best hope? It's about Char. You want to know why Char is interesting? Because Char is, Char's a crown prince of pretty much the ultimate threat to Earth. And he's this perfect pilot who can do anything. He can get behind any mobile suit, and he's going to kick some ass and take some names. On the other hand, he's also going to sell you burgers. This is also a very important thing. Char wants to sell you hamburgers. Eat the hamburger. Eat it. Why aren't you eating hamburgers? Eat the McDonald's Char burger. There's something I love about Project Sidewinder. Two different titles will have very different experience flying the exact same jet. Yeah, it's just your pilot should mean more than just a name. That's the thing. Anytime Gundam gets mentioned, by the way, I make it a point to post Char trying to sell me McDonald's hamburgers. Every time anytime Gundam is mentioned, inevitably I will post Char burgers. Because I remember seeing this ad. I remember distinctly seeing this ad and having a fucking flashbang. Like, let me see if we can find... it's just a fucking flashbang where you're looking at it and it's like, thanks, Char. You want to sell me a McDonald's hamburger? Why is Char selling me a McDonald's hamburger? I don't know why. Why is Char trying to sell me a Toyota? Why is Char selling me a fucking Toyota? Why? Why is Char trying to sell me a Toyota? I don't fucking know. He just is. again, I'm fascinated by like weird promotional campaigns. That's why I have a deep affection for good old fashioned Charburgers. But yeah, no, it's that's just the nature of the beast. I'm getting who's contacting me at this hour? Who wants to say hello? No. But yeah, no, that is the that's current state of affairs, really. Nothing too exciting. We didn't get that much. We didn't really do any work today. Because generally speaking, we didn't really need to do much work today. This is kind of more of a freebie day because we finished up things a lot faster than I thought with Metal Saviors. And because we finished up things a lot faster with Metal Saviors, we are currently farther ahead than we should be. And that's good to be that's good to be farther ahead than we should be. So yeah, that's that. That's life. That's life. But yeah, no, that's nothing too exciting today. Any questions, comments? You should get some sleep, dude. I should. I really should. But what I'm going to do after this, I am going to do nothing for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna throw everybody off somewhere else. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes resting my voice. I'm going to record the entirety of Enforcers, the Enforcers audio, edit the audio, get everything set up, get all of the things that need to be set up. After that, I'm probably going to do about first 30 seconds of the video. Then I will spend about 15-20 minutes relaxing. And then maybe go to bed, or maybe just watch some funny videos on the internet. Because sometimes we just need to watch funny videos on the internet. Let's see. There's gotta be something funny. Let's play a game. Let's hit this button. Beep beep. I'm a sheep. Oh god. Let's see. Let's see. Who can we raid? Who can we save today? Who do we save today? VT, save me. We have to save them. You don't understand. I can fix them. Let's Meat streaming. Meat even qualify being here anymore because Meat's pretty big, right? Dude. Ow. Oh, Shimada's streaming. How big is Shimada? How are you doing, Shimada? Shimada's pulling in 91. Shimada's pulling 91. Vintage, yes, the Vintage Supers RPG, baby. Have you watched the first episode of that VTuber anime? No. Yes, not this one. God, where is it? Enforcers, this one, baby. Enforcers. Enforcers is fucking weird. I love it. Enforcers is fucking weird. Like, just going through that game, you learn so much about so much about yourself, and you're like, what the fuck? But it's probably the only Supers game to do exactly what it does, and that's very unique. The MC has Pipkin, and it's funny. Yeah, I know. Apparently, it is literally the Face Connect. It is the Face Connects anime, because she is a person who is a fucking train wreck. I have heard that, and that she is a fucking train wreck, and I'm like, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Is anyone else streaming? Anyone else streaming? I'm gonna click. This is a fucking danger, so we're not gonna click on that. Let's see. Is there anyone else? Mint streaming. Corpse is streaming. Oh, wait a second. House Arrest Magical Girl's cringing. House Arrest Magical Girl, I can fix her. Let's see. Oh no.
This is like before, this one's the before a guy shaves, and this is after a guy shaves. That's what it looks. It looks like one of those memes, though.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Let's see. Who do we want to hit? Do we want to hit Tekken? Want to play Tekken, or do we want to play Life is Strange, everybody? Let's live vicariously through women. 'Cause we're very lonely people. Why cat girls? You can't fix that. Hugh. No. You know what? Here we go. Let's go. Let's hit Shimada. We haven't raided Shimada yet, so let's raid Shimada. We talked about fighting games. We talked about fighting games today. All right, everyone. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to say, Matt, we're playing Tekken. Remember that, everyone. We're playing Tekken. We only play Tiger Mask here. Thank you very much. We are hashtag King Appreciators, everyone. Remember, hashtag King Appreciators. All right, let's get the fuck out of Dodge here. Good Kabarachi, McDrussel. We are ending the stream because I have to wake up at 5 in the morning tomorrow. All right, I am, as they say, away. Godspeed, good luck. Remember, hashtag we love King. 3, 2, 1.